Alright, let's see. Take 2 with this game. It was chapter tutorial, I think. Oops, nope, not this actually. Skip tutorial. Hello, Naru. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Just going to... Hello, Kirsten. So, just to kind of give a context to all this. What the hell? Okay. Just to give a context. So the last time I played Melatonin, by the way, if the sound is wonky, please tell me. Because the game is quite loud in my ears. So to give a context to anyone who might be interested in streaming this game before, the first playthrough that I did get a copyright claim on my video, and it was almost immediately. And no matter how many times you would counter it, even though it made no sense, it still didn't work. So at the time, I sent an email to the dev, the actual guy who made this game. And I was like, hey, by the way, you don't know me. Obviously, I'm a very small streamer, but this is the kind of problem that I've been going through, and I just wanted to let you know and kind of wonder if it was normal. Let me actually pull out the email. His name is David. And then he said that basically the claim is not from him. The content ID is being triggered by the food song. So this level, which I licensed from a record label. The label is being terrible right now and ignoring my request to remove this content ID, which they said they would do months ago. I'm still trying to get the attention, but I'll let you know when there's any news about it. Now, thank you. I actually just noticed 200 subs. Wow. I don't know. Man, I'm humbled. And quite happy to know that people still they're still interested in that content. And so that was the last event. He then reached out to me because I told him hey, it's no problem. Hope you'll get this sorted out soon. And then he reached out to me again. And apparently the label says that they removed the demonetization from the song, but he can't test it. Since his YouTube channel is not monetized, even though technically you could stream because I'm not monetized. And he kind of wondered if I could test it out for him to see if it still get demonetized. We'll see. I don't think he's a streamer because, to be fair, if you stream, you'll know if you can't monetize it. Niners! Hello. Good morning. So like I mentioned, this is going to be a super short stream. This is mostly me testing this. And see if it's going to trigger that copyright claim again. So yeah, let's try this. Goodness. I hope you guys are well. Today, everybody and their mom are going to stream because hard mode is happening and it's a Sunday market. I know that Dan is going to stream around noon, so I will have mod duties then. Okay. Yes, love a good test. Same here. Yeah. guys are well, by the way. True, it's a Super Bowl. Priorities. I mean, I get it. I get it. I haven't watched a Super Bowl in forever. Even though I do enjoy watching sports. Okay. So let's try this as score mode. This stream is going to be me spending a ton of time here. Because it was the actual level that caused me a problem. Oops. Ooh, Rihanna? What is going on? Whoops. Early? Wow, okay. Ooh, okay. Rihanna, I do love her. I mean, she's been busy being a businesswoman and a mom, so, but I love her, and she has talent. Not throwing shade, but I did talk about it, like how most of the time for the Super Bowl, I heard, because I never watched them live. I only catch like snippets, and people send me like, "Oh, look at the show, like the halftime show," and most of the time I'm not too impressed. Like, it's not bad, but I'm like, whatevs. But again, I'm more interested in the actual sports part than the halftime show, which is interesting because I believe that the Super Bowl is, for a lot of people, is all about the halftime show and, you know, the national anthem part. Yeah, Eurovision, I know. Let me try again. I'm telling you guys, this is me. Whoops, late. Tragic. I really want to see if it's going to trigger it. Alright, let's go. Shit, I missed it. Okay. Exit to map. That should be more than enough for it to be triggered. Let's switch levels. I think it was the only one. It was the infamous, like, food level. Chapters. I was stuck at night 3. Start. That's night 3. It was brutal. Oh my god. I'm already scared. Mind was trippy. Ugh, I'm scared. Okay, practice. Let's see. Oh no. Yeah, it's this one. Oh no. Ultimate concentration. Wow, sorry guys. Okay, so that's the only... Huh, interesting. But it's so hard though. What the heck? Cleaners, I'm the same. How do I know? What's after the beep? I don't understand. I don't understand this level. How is it early? I don't freaking... The fact that it's early kills me. Okay, hold on. How is it early? Oh my goodness gracious. Hello, Mama May. Hello, Belle. Good morning to both of you. This is honestly going to be a actual short stream for me, so I'll try to give it like an hour or something. Mostly because I'm testing things out for the dev. Because this particular game, there was a problem with one of the stages. basically every time we play it, it would like trigger a copyright claim, and there was nothing you could do about it. Even if you contest it, it would still going to be like super aggressive and be like, no, if you don't remove the whole video or edit that part out, you would get a copyright strike, which is not good if you want to stream. And so yeah, the dev basically said he was aware that there was some kind of problem, but he didn't know like to what extent. So he reached out again to me to say, hey, by the way, it should be fixed, but can you test it out? So here I am with coffee. I tried the infamous stage at the beginning, but here I am with this stage. So you're going to watch me struggle. It is a super cozy-ish game when it comes to like the visual, but it's so stressful. Oh my god. I don't understand this beat. I swear I don't understand it. You're right, Belle. I'm trying to focus on this, so I just catch like snippets of chat. If I'm not too responsive, I apologize in advance. Why is it so hard? I just want 2 stars on this level, please. No! See it. Oh, this sucks. I was so close to 2 stars and be free from this pain. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. I need to do the practice again because I hear the beep. I see the pattern that I have to do. But okay. Whew. I got some emails. Well, not a text actually. Regarding a potential cat that will be fostered at my place. Not really fostered, but to be adopted. But yeah, the Hypno minigame. Oh my god. Pokemon Stadium. Stadium has been such a long time. Okay. Why can't you give me the visuals in game? Why can't I have that? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's... What even? Too fast. It's too fast. Hold on. Actually, I'm just going to do a restart of the... Okay. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay. 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 2, 3. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Speaking of cats, mine got under a box spring last night, thankfully. Oh no. Is your cat okay? Okay, let's try with this. It's 1, 2, 3. She's okay. Great. That's good to hear. Okay. What the heck? Okay. 3. Need to score as many perfects as possible. Oops. 3. Oh my goodness. It's so hard. Please. No, please. Get me to 2 stars. I just want 2 stars. Oh my god. I missed 1. Oh, that was so close. Okay. Was not hurt. Good. Questioning her sanity now. I mean, you know, cats. Cats are they're doing their own thing. Okay. Oh my god, I was so close. Okay. You did okay, but something was off. No shit, Sherlock. Also, I had a train of thought. Yes. Going back to so I did mention, I think it was 2 days ago, about potential podcast happening Saturday. It didn't happen. You know, scheduling is hard, especially when you have to schedule with someone who's busy. But like I mentioned before previously, I always respect, you know, Cleo's schedule more because he does have like from clients to projects to collabs to so he's like more established. So I kind of have to take my turn. At first I was like, hey, do you have something next week for Saturday? And he probably have. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it in 2 weeks. So, first podcast, if everything happens, unless the universe somehow tells me no, and at this point in time, I think it's going to be just like the universe telling me you're not going to do that ever. Um, so yeah, it should happen the 25th, but don't want to jinx it because basically will say emote. No, it's really not his fault. To be honest, like yesterday was supposed to happen. It's just that the client took like longer, which is fine because unforeseen event. And plus, I also have to keep in mind that he also has school, so I have to respect that. But yeah. Yeah, I'm also excited, Ners. My goodness. But in the meantime, you know, there's like so many streamers, especially yesterday. That was insane. Everybody was streaming. Whoops. Too fast. 1, 2, 3. That's too late. Okay. Kind of hate this stage. Not kind of. I hate this stage. Okay. Perfect. We need perfects. So many shit is happening at once. It's insane. Please. Okay. Just need 2 stars. I got it. I'm free. Oh my god, I'm free from this stage. Was that a 250-person collab? I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. Exit to map. Oh my god. I am free from this stage. This is so... Because to basically move on from this world, so that this dream stage, you need to unlock 8 stars. So basically have 2 stars on each. Honestly, I don't know for Cleo's collab. But he does like a lot. I mean, all the content creator have a ton of collabs that goes behind, you know, backstage and nobody knows about it. I'm not a big content creator, so I don't know. Plus, I mean, most of them like create, you know, Animal Crossing content, so I don't really do any Animal Crossing content. I do play it, but I don't create any. So obviously I'm going to be off the loop on that aspect. The sweet taste of coffee. Okay. Let's see. What was this one again? 2 patterns to learn. How many sound clues you hear? Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's kind of fast. It's early. Hello, Edric. It's been a while. How are you? Okay. Oof. Not sure about this, but okay, hold on. Let me just restart the practice just to make sure that it's there, because I'm not sure I can differentiate the sound clues. That's great. Happy Sunday, everyone. Okay. Okay. That should be all right. It's the second one, I'm not certain though. Okay, so the thing that obviously you guys don't see is that most of the time I don't look at the screen because I need to listen. Oops, tragic. Oops, early. Wow, okay. That was tragic. Huh? Oh, the bubble needs to appear. Oh no, it's still hold. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's still hold. I'm stupid. Yeah. Too early. Yeah, okay. That was the thing. Jesus. Okay, restart, because I miffed hard for this one, and it should be easy to get the 2-star on this. Not me jinxing myself by saying that it's going to be easy. Oops. Good morning, Trong. How are you? How was your stream yesterday? Oops, I miffed. Okay, exit to map. So now I should be free from the stage. Currently trying to fix a furnace. Oh, Jesus. Don't stay safe. Don't injure yourself. How was the stream yesterday? I wasn't really around. I was mostly busy doing other stuff, and the obvious subject matter that you touched is something that I spend a little bit too much time with. So I am unfortunately used to loss on that aspect. Was good. Hard to design on stream. Yeah, as per usual. And I think it's also because the subject matter, there's like, technically in a way there's not much to talk about, but there's a lot at the same time. Because like you mentioned at the beginning of the stream, because I kind of hopped into, click like, and everything was really mostly counting during the stream. Like you mentioned previously, like everybody deals with grief in a different way. I mean, and for me, I'm a little bit too acquainted with, that subject matter. I spent a good chunk of my life in palliative care for either friends or relatives. I buried, cremated way too many people in my life in the short amount of time that I've been there, along with obviously pets. So for me, I'm like, yeah, it's not numbed, but it hits different. It hits hard, but it's still different. Oh no, not me. Oops. Oh. What? What? Oh, I need to charge. I don't even remember. Oh. I have to practice the other ones to pass. Shit. What? How? I need to hold on. Exit to map. And get to have some for me. What's your hex? Oh yeah. Counting as well. Oh, stay safe. Stay safe. Okay. What was it again? I think this one was kind of like easier. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Stay safe, Trong. Off topic, what does it take half as long to put together? It's so true. I think that's why in real, like even in real life, it's kind of the same. I love some of the houses being decorated. It's so pretty, but I'm also a little bit lazy on this. I'm actually not a little bit, I'm lazy. So for me, the idea of I have to put it away. So that's like taking it out, make sure to dust them off, to put it away in a clean manner, to store them properly. I'm like, that's a multi-step process. And in Animal Crossing, same thing. You have to take it away. Like, if there's any patterns, you have to like either remove or add the patterns back, replace some of the items, take it in your inventory, go back to your I mean, it's a process. And I'm not here for it. So props to all of you Animal Crossing content creators out there, or to anyone who actually spend time and decorate their island. Okay. This one was hard. Okay. You used to play Animal Crossing for hours and max out of less than an hour. Yep. Same here. Okay. Let's go. I mean, for me, Animal Crossing was always like about bites, like playing it little by little. The reason why we used to play for hours and hours was really because I wanted to catch like all the insects and fishes, and that takes a lot. That takes a lot of time. Okay. Good morning, Mama Cat. What? Oops. Oops. Oh, yes. What? What? I'm being bamboozled. Okay. What? Ooh, oh my god. What even? I clicked the A. Whoops. That was my bad. Okay. Good. Early? Okay, at least I got my 2 stars. Ooh. Also, hello, Mama Cat. Hello, hello. Good morning. This kid is just as tired as I am. Oh my goodness. Not the energy drinks. I can't really criticize him. I don't ever drink energy drinks. but I do drink coffee and tea. Dream about stress. Why would I? No. Why would I? Dream about desires. Okay. Dream about the past. Dream about the future. Seems that they're all anxiety inducing to me. Okay, let's try it out. Let's see. Let's test if there's anything else that's going to be triggered, so I can report back to the dev. Okay. Let's dream about stress. Oh, goodness. This dream has 3 cues. They'll let you know whether to jump left or right upward on the next beat. Will it, though? No way. Oh. I was not ready for this. Goodness. Whoa, that was so fast. Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. Okay, I think we'll be fine. I think that's a big, not even sure. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. Whoa. The cue for up is so, like, short. It's so fast sometimes. Whoa. It's so dang hard. It's so hard. I don't even understand, like, the timing of it. I thought this game was supposed to be calming. Belle, I've been bamboozled too. Oh my god. Why was it so... Okay, hold on. That was late. What? Okay. Early. Oh my goodness. Not my significant other there. Waking up. Early. Oh my god, I started to understand a little bit of the beat. Okay, hold on. As I play Animal Crossing, I'm still finding stuff to do. I do play slower rate because of work. Yes. Just redecorated both island. But then rebuild your island. So you have. So I have burnt out. Yes, burnout for sure. And you send me a video. Send me a video? Yeah, sure, no problem. Um, but honestly, take your time. If you have like a lot of stuff to do, Trong, um, take your time. There's no rush. But yeah, Mama Cat, I think I talked about this before. Like to me, Animal Crossing was meant to be played that way. Obviously, the internet took it for creating like crazy builds that are super aesthetic, like for the pretty Instagram pictures. Um, but I don't really play that well. Like for me, it was all about like just unwinding and just it was kind of like a ritual, like logging every day just to do some dailies. Um, like if I needed at the time, if I needed to catch something because it was like a brand new season, oh, it's next time like this insect appear, time to catch it and give it to the museum. Now that my museum is like 100% cleared, obviously I don't have to do that anymore. But it was kind of like that small ritual, like bite-sized pieces of games. And if I did miss a specific insect or like critter, like any of the critters, then it's okay. It's going to come back next year. So there's no rush. Might as well just continue and play. Um, but I can totally understand, Belle, like how you would get burnt out. Because it is a lot, you know. Yeah, Animal Crossing. I think it for me it was a because I always played I played a lot of like Animal Crossing game like on the GameCube. I mean I played obviously on the GameCube, City Folks, Wild World, New Leaf was also a big part of my life. So for me, like I always played Animal Crossing. And so it was kind of like my comfort game during the pandemic more than anything, you know? Yeah. It was super soothing. And I had like a lot of games that I would love to showcase at some point in my streams that are obviously not Animal Crossing related. But yeah. Okay. 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 Good. 2 stars. For half of 2020, you only knew. Yeah, got burned out too. The castle was too much. Oh, yeah. For me, I mean, 2020 meant because again, healthcare worker, meant for me to go. Like 2020, a lot happened in my life. Thank you, D'Angela. I'm just testing things for the dev so I can report and see like and say, hey, by the way, it still gets copyright claim for this level. But yeah, for me, 2020 meant for me to go inside. Like again, lots of things happened on a personal level, like family related. When it comes to health, I did have like to go. Like basically, the oncology department was my best friend during 2020. But I also had to go also at, you know, elder care residents. So basically nursing homes because there was a shortage of staff and physiotherapy wasn't considered as essential work anymore. And so we were sent basically with nothing. And I had like to take extra precautions, especially because I need to spend time at the hospital with my dad for his cancer treatment. And basically my 2020 was going to the hospital, get tested several times, then go to the nursing home and discover people dying left and right, with me and the nurse and the other like healthcare provider trying to just hydrate everyone, trying to feed them the best they can, and trying to, you know, try to do our best to keep it together, even though sometimes we get calls from the families that couldn't see them, they were worried. And yeah, we Jesus. it still gets me. But to lie on the phone, because they were kind of wondering like, if obviously we had to call them if they passed, but to the question of the family, basically asking you like, were they alone when that happened? And couldn't say no. Couldn't say, yeah, they're alone, so we had to lie. Because they were alone when they died. But to the family, they were kind of like stuck outside, not knowing what was going on inside. It was the least we could do. No, sorry guys. Never expected this to still get me till this day. Jesus Christ. Whew. But yeah, that was my 2020. So let's just say that Animal Crossing was a big comfort at the end of the day. Yeah. It's something. It is something. Ooh. Jesus. Okay. Oh, it's fine, friends. Like I said, it was really out of our control. It was brand new. Nobody knew exactly what to do. And we had no directive. And also, like, the side part is that because of that, and it was like people were afraid, basically. So they didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do. They were scared. So some just refused to come in. Some, and I understand, like, because at the end of the day, I didn't know like their health condition. Some of the workers could have like, a breathing problem. It could have like hypertension, diabetes, you name it. And they were scared because they were like, they had family, they had kids, they have like relatives they have to take care of. So for me, like, I couldn't blame them. But at the same time, like, when you're shipped into that kind of place, it's a teamwork. And for me to not, like, to refuse to come in is just letting your other friends or colleagues take that load. And that for me was not okay because it is still a lot to take care of. So hold on. 2 sounds when they slide left. Picture indicate winter. Okay, I'm not even sure. All that text, and there's no way for me to know. Okay. That's a whole long. That's a long hold. Okay. Oh my god. But yeah. Let's see. How does that even work? Well, it's okay. It was part of it was part of it. It was part of that reality at some point. Things like, thank God things changed. But it's still mind-boggling. I know that a lot of my colleagues just left, the healthcare sector to just do something else because basically you have PTSD. I mean, I didn't get to do like a lot of like the hard calls. One of the nurse had to, and she basically she left. She was like, nope, fuck retirement, like fuck that pension, and just going to leave and be a teacher. Because the hard thing was to have access to a like either doctors to give you news, to tell you what to do, because obviously when it comes to prescription, you have to go through the main doctor taking care of the resident. If the doctor was, they were swamped, and obviously, I mean, it's not, it's going to sound bitter, but it's not, because they do have to take care of like a lot of places, but most of the doctor were only reachable through phones, and they were overwhelmed with calls and not being able to be shipped like on site. So, and unfortunately, there were little to no supplies for medication. And so the nurses basically had to look at their list and be like, well, this resident is now dead, and this other resident needs the medication, so let's take the medication of the deceased one, which is fucked up. It is a no in the regulation. But some of the nurses, I know that another friend of mine, she had it hard because they almost had to play God on who had what, depending on how bad in shape they were. And it still haunts them because, like, who are we to decide, like, who gets what? But we had nothing at that moment. Just even, for the bodies, that was a whole other thing. Also, people didn't know how bad it was, because we kept it inside, But at some point, if the coroner cannot deal with the bodies and pick them up on time, we have to figure out a way to keep them. I know that some other centers, they actually had like containers outside the residence, and they looked like big boxes, so nobody knew what it was, but it was just filled. And I worked there at some point. I was assigned there. I think they lost 3 floors worth of residents. Absolute tragedy. But yeah. Yeah. That's a funny kind of things, Belle. Hold on. I'm just going to elaborate on that. I think our... there's no way I'm going to succeed in this one. Hold on. A lot of occupation when unrecognized on how they had to step up. Yes, on every aspect. Like, I met some of the cleaning crews that were amazing. They were sweethearts. They didn't know what to do, but they were like, you know, trying to help, either to like hydrate the residents or feed them. Basically, they were like, yes, we're part of the cleaning crew, but we can still help you guys out with some basic need stuff. Now to elaborate a little bit like about like the hero title, it's interesting because they use that to praise like everybody at the front line. So regardless of your title. So that I'm talking about like the big bosses, like the management team. But none of them, at least I think I only have one in my mind that showed up on site to help, you know? And all they did was just stay from outside and send an email to give us a pat in the back and say, hey, good job. And if anyone wanted to have vacations, it was a no. Because, oh, but we're short-staffed. You guys are hero. But we're so short-staffed, you're not going to have any vacation. So I'm like, is this how like we get recognition for our work, you know? What the hell? Hold on. Things are like super loud downstairs. BRB, just going to close the door. Ooh, okay, I'm back. And it's okay, Belle. Like I said, the worst reminiscing part for me is done, but yeah, it was scary. It was scary. It really depends on where you were, I think, and how bad it got hit. I have like a lot of thoughts about my friends at the ER that were hit in a whole different way, where they actually had to play God, you know, like who's going to get, you know, oxygen, which is terrible. Okay. Some centers were not touched as hard, but others were absolutely decimated. Yeah. There was like so many phone calls that I had like with other friends that worked at like other nursing homes. Because, hold on. The timing is weird for this one. Because basically, you know, physiotherapy was not considered as essential. So if you were if you were doing physiotherapy at, you know, at the hospital, they were going to send you to a nursing home to kind of help out. And thing is, I mean, I was inside a nursing home like for a long ass time, and one of my friend actually worked there. And I remember when she called me and basically crying her eyes out because her manager, the good thing the manager did was to let her on one floor specifically and not move her from floor to floor, which is like a big mistake that a lot of managers did. To not like spread, like super spread it throughout like the whole building. And on her floor, she had like 26 residents that she knew for a long time. She did, you know, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, birthdays, you name it. And I remember when she called me and she told me that out of 26 residents, today was a day where she lost all of them. There was nobody left on her floor. And so she had to be tested and be moved to another floor. She left, no longer working, you know, in healthcare. And I completely understand that because that's traumatizing. Okay. Jesus. What is this stage? Yeah. Her center had it bad. Like bad. I don't understand this timing. That's a practice and I'm already struggling. That's okay. Hold on. Future? Dream about the future. Let's see how it goes. Practice. In this dream, aliens will beam down in different patterns. Repeat back the patterns by shooting laser in the left, middle, and right lane. Okay, so ooh. I like this kind of beat. Oh, okay. So that's 2 at the same time. All right. Middle. How are aliens so cute? Early. Oof, the timing is going to be hard for this. Whoa. Oh, so it's left, right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's restart this again. Heavy topics this morning. That is so. It's fine. It needs to. It was a segue with Chong's stream yesterday. But hopefully. So it's left, right, left. Okay. Hopefully it went well. And also, I hope that the fundraiser went well too. For April. So many, like... Yeah. So many fundraisers nowadays. Bye, Naru. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, score mode. I think I'll be able to survive this. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that's fast. Oh. I'll read all the comments after. It's buggy. Okay. Early. Early. Crap. 2 stars. Excellent. Okay. Chongi had fun remembering words. I mean, words are hard sometimes. We raised about 6,000. Yes. It is great. And plus, I mean, I think any amount to unburden for funerals are always like welcome, you know? There's no way I'll be able to do any of those 2 on stream. I can try once more, but I'm not too convinced. Okay. Let me see if I look elsewhere. Okay. It was late. Okay. Oh. Okay. I'll be thinking of a different fundraiser. Oh. Hey, okay. Whoops. Start. Okay, so that's 2 patterns. The fast one is going to be hard for me. Late. Crap. Late 2. Okay. Okay. Oof. Alright, I'm not sure. Yeah, a lot of fundraiser. It's where you kind of have to become a little bit more selective, even though you want to help. You know? Oops. Early. Goodness. So cute. Even though I'm miffed, but yeah, Yeah, that's awesome. That was a good amount too, Kirsten. I try to kind of like stir away from the actual drama that comes with it. I do like, man, I do have like a nuanced opinion about it in a way. But I actually love that we managed to help out a good cause, you know? Um, YouTubers using skills for a cause. That's very true. I become a little bit more selective because otherwise, I mean, you can bankrupt yourself by trying to help out left and right, which is it's good, but at the same time, like help yourself first, you know. And there's other ways for me to help, you know, a cause. It could be by giving you views, by giving you like, by giving you exposure. So I might not be able to donate, but at least I'm here to support, you know, in some kind of way. And I mean, I think Kirsten, you dropped a little bit like about, you know, how like people were being bullied because they played said game that causes controversy. Um, and that for me is completely unacceptable. Bullying someone by calling them names without knowing the person is like such an asshole way of doing things, you know. 2, 3, too early. The comments, it's just need to I take some time to kind of read and comment on that. Like for me, because the problem is like multi-leveled. And it's always hard to address it because you don't want to give any excuses. So hold on. I help out in yeah, Mel. And it's fine. I personally don't mind, you know, because it's to support artsy. And it shares like the love. It extends the love to other viewers that are regulars. So for me, I'm like, yeah, of course, I'm going to help. But yeah, Kirsten, when it comes to people being harassed, like for me, I think that's when. So, like I said, it's multi-leveled, you know. There's part of me that has a problem with using an argument, and I'm again not defending anyone, especially not her, because I know that she said also like more recent stuff that are not very good to put it mildly. But for me, it's as like the concept of the internet doing a witch hunt by digging stuff that you posted somewhere 15 years ago to 20 years ago and holding that against you is super hypocritical. Like, first of all, it only like it makes me at least see that apparently nobody can evolve in time and recognize their own fault. Again, not giving a pass for anyone to say like shitty things in the past and we should be okay with it. However, me 15 years ago versus me now are not necessarily the same person. I have experienced stuff. I've like talked to people that may have changed like a certain like viewpoint. So that could be the case. So for me, that's like a part of me that is already bothered by like that aspect. And it's regardless of the party. It could be, unfortunately J.K. Rowling's, but it could be like just an innocent person that does it's like if you dig something that Mr. Beast posted like 20 years ago and it's like, oh, he said that thing, so Mr. Beast is an asshole. I'm like, is he though? Like, did you talk to the man now? Like, if you address it, what is he going to say? Is he going to own up to it and be like, yeah, oh my God, I posted that, but I was a shitty kid back in the days. So for me, I mean, yeah, it is very apropos, Bell, to use the term witch hunt. But that for me is already an aspect of like the whole, like most of the conflicts that happens on the internet. So this is why like I don't use social media, because for me, I'm like, people are crazy. People are crazy, you know? And it's like, you cannot make a mistake. You cannot make a mistake. Once it's out there and people, like some people actually keep screenshots of it. I'm like, bitch, why? Like, you're really going to hold that in that tiny folder during the one time you can pull it out and make it convenient for you to use it as an argument. So that's part of the problem. Again, not justifying anything, because some shitty people that have said something in the past are still shitty now, but better at hiding it. Just that's the counter argument for it. Now, my kind of problem, my gripe with it, I mean, like I said, Kirsten, in her case, that's something else. The one thing that kind of where I'm on the fence for things. So first of all, harassment, unacceptable, regardless of where it comes from. What I dislike is, let's say, and I know there's some streamers that I enjoy that plays a game, that streams a game. And I know those streamers for quite a few years because I follow them. I watch them like do a lot of like either fundraisers or like, to me, at least from what I see, they're good people, you know? Now for people to just jump in and call them, transphobes, misogynistics, like homophobe, you name it, what kind of like term you want to use against them, when I know it's not true, And for me, I'm like, it's like if I reverted back to your face, and because of, let's say, you talked about it and someone jumped into chat is like, just because you thought of playing it, you're transphobic, I hate you. And I'm like, just because I talked about it? Like, you can't, exactly, Belle. And that's the thing. You can choose to not watch the video. You can choose to not, like, I think it was Markiplier. So Markiplier posted a video where he did a collab with Logan Paul, a man that I absolutely dislike with so much passion. And so he posted that in his comment to say like, hey, by the way, I did an interview with Logan Paul. Go check it out on his channel. And what I loved about his comment section is basically say, Mark, we love you, but we also dislike Logan Paul, and I'm not going to support him, so I'm not going to watch his video. Hello, Cleo. Good morning. Yeah, I know, Kirsten. I know. But at the same time, going out of your way to jump into someone's stream to give them shit is not okay. Again, that's me. So I personally, if I don't want to support something, and I mean that interview, even though I love Markiplier, did not check it out. Was not interested in even remotely hearing the voice of Logan Paul because, again, I dislike the man. I'm not going to give him views. I'm not going to give him anything. I want to even, like, in my head, I wouldn't even, like, dignify writing a comment because in the algorithm in YouTube, good and bad is the same shit. It attracts, like views. It attracts attention to it. Hate labels. Yep, exactly, Mama Cat. So for me, what I dislike is just that, yes, content creators that streams said game should expect some kind of like backlash. However, the people jumping into the chat or in the comment section to give them shit is just as wrong as everybody else. Like, if you have a dislike, do not support watching the video. Make the video tank. Don't give them views. That's personally me. Because again, if you give them shit, you don't know that streamer. So it could be any of us. If you start streaming it, I'm just like, I'm not going to, because let's say, Cleo, I'm going to take you as an example. I know that you're not going to play the one game. But Cleo, if you were like, hey, let me do an impromptu stream because I want to check it out because the game actually interests me, and someone comes in and gives you shit about it, I'm going to be furious because I'm like, who are you? You don't know the streamer right there. And yet you put a label in his face just because he decides to play the game, not for the reason that you might expect. Because the game actually, when I look at it, it looks good. Okay? Regardless of all the drama, it actually looks good. You know? And another level to the reason why I'm so conflicted about the whole situation is that there's people who worked on it. There's artists. There's music, like a music crew. There's like people who codes. Like, now, people are going to say, oh, well, you shouldn't have worked on that. Yes, okay. Do you want to pay my rent? Do you want to pay my food? How am I supposed to support my family and relatives if I don't get the gig? Do you get, like, you can criticize all you want. For me, it's just let the people who wants to support the game support the game. Don't give them views if you don't agree with J.K. Rowling's, but also don't hunt those people because they want to play a game. And some streamers stream it because they want to have the views. And you know what? It's their business. You know. Hold on. You know, I heard a comment about what you said. It said something to expect criticism. Was like saying screamers who get defects. Yeah. Oh my god, Cleo. Yes. It is unfair. It just sucks. You know? It just sucks. Like, for me, it's the whole debacle is like the witch hunt is actually led by a lot of children to me. Man child, woman child, anything in between child. Doesn't matter like how old you are. Apparently, when it comes to that, you revert back to 5 years old ganging up on people. And that for me is unacceptable. Backseat gaming, yeah. It shouldn't happen. Yeah, I know, Cleo. It's basically for the drama. It's really related to J.K. Rowling's. As you may know, she's the one who wrote Harry Potter. that said in the past and more recently, things either on Twitter or on various platform, I would assume, because I'm not on that, comments that were, transphobic, or I would say, to make it general, not necessarily transphobic, more like intolerant, I would say. And because she's the owner of Harry Potter, the criticism about the game is that she will most likely get a bit of royalties every time the game is sold. So basically, buying the game, playing the game, giving it exposure is just going to give her more money. And people disagree with the fact that she'll get money, even though the dev team was like, J.K. Rowling's had nothing to say about this game. We didn't get her approval or anything. And it was still not enough, because they were like, yes, but she's probably going to do that to get royalties. I'm like, and again, there's so many assumptions left and right that drives me nuts, because I mean, nobody knows, nobody knows what she'll do. Maybe she'll do that. Maybe she'll do that out of spite, because she's like, oh, really? I can do that. Let me do that because I want to spite you, because there is people like that. But yeah, it's kind of you wore a skirt. Cleo, yes, exactly. I think that's the reason why it irks me to use that blanket statement of, if you stream it, you should expect this. Never. It's never acceptable. She didn't even help making the game. That's the thing, Cleo. Yeah. I know. That's the thing. This is why, you can decide to not support her. You absolutely can, and I would 100% understand that. However, like I said, there's so many. Okay, let's face it. I'm a huge Universal Studio fan. You can give me as much shit as you want, but I actually love the Harry Potter theme park that is in there. The royalties, yeah, because that's the thing. People say, oh, she's going to claim the royalties, even though, nobody knows how it's going to work. Is it per sale? Is it the boss part of it beforehand and it's going to be just that and it's over? Nobody knows. And so you can give me as much shit as you want. That book was part of my life during my younger life. And I do have merch from said theme park. Lo and behold, I did finance her. Sue me. And if I go back to Universal Studio, the theme park is so good. Am I just going to... No, I'm not going to go in there. It's too late, boo-boo. I already paid the pass for Universal Studio. Part of the money is obviously going to go to her in some kind of way. If I go get candies because it's called Honeydukes, like I said, her being financed, there's so many other ways. And I do agree that she's, made very questionable decisions and have a very questionable point of view. But yeah, it's just, for me, the game, especially for the dev crew, I find it sad because supporting a game allows a studio to create more games, allows a whole crew to be able to have work at some point. And like I said, the game actually looks good. Can give as much shit as we want, it actually looks good. But if like, again, if you don't want to support the game, it's 100% all right. But again, very, very apropos, but to do a full-blown witch hunt, to push people to just ask for a refund, means that this dev team might not have another contract. Because you know what? The gaming industry is ruthless. If the game doesn't sell well, you can think about EA Games. Just saying. All the artists, all the musicians, all the like the tech crew, all the coders behind it, the QA team, what do they do? Like, if you ever try to be a QA tester, you know that those are contracts. You're not an employee. You're an employee of like the big company. But whether or not you're going to land on a gig depends on if they plan on making a game. You know. Exactly. Support with your wallet. Yeah, for me, I'm conflicted. For like the franchise, the ethical aspect, there's so much things going on. You know, I know, Niners. There's so many things going on that it's not as simple as doing a witch hunt. And I know that some streamers, you know what they did? They actually played the game because they knew that it was going to attract attention. And they did a fundraiser for trans rights. Suck on this, J.K. Rowling's. You know? So, and Kirsten, 100% true. Let's take another controversy now. Michael Jackson's. We can give him as much shit as we want about alleged things, confirmed things. I don't give a shit. The music of this man? Amazing. Still on my Spotify playlist. You know? Because at least the lyrics doesn't make me cringe as much as R. Kelly, because now R. Kelly cannot listen to any of his song anymore the same way, because I'm like, oh goodness, he's talking about underage kids. You know? But that's the thing, like, for me, support people the way that you want. For the witch hunt, there's other ways to go about it. There's definitely streamers out there that plays that game who shall not be named, and raised money for trans right. You know? I was going to ask what is just other corporation. I mean, Cleo, it's because it's Harry Potter. It's Harry Potter. Really. It's huge. It's huge. You know. I know. When I listen to Michael Jackson songs, because the lyrics doesn't ring weird to my ears, you know. When it comes to ethical aspects, so because Harry Potter was actually a big part of, like, you know, of the LGBTQIA plus, like, you name it, community. Mostly because, you know, a lot of like characters, the way they interacted, like people would ship them together. It was also part like of their childhood, because it's like, this is the wizard world, and like you had characters that looked kind of like funky. Think about you, Tongs, love you. And so it created like especially in an era, like it was almost like a coming of age kind of story, because a lot of teenagers read it and, you know, they grew up with it and felt the struggle through Harry. Even though I personally, in some books, Harry, I wanted to smack him in the face because I was like, get it together. But just saying, a lot of people related to that. And then J.K. Rowling's dropped comments that made eyebrows go way up, and she kept on doubling down. And so she, yeah, a lot of people started boycotting Harry Potter as a franchise, even though we can't deny that the book is good. And yes, Nina's absolutely right. She's very business savvy. Just the book itself and the audiobook, like I said, you can give her as much shit as you want. She's still making banks. She doesn't need a game to be supported. Just saying. I know, Belle. I know. Harry Potter media is still produced. I mean, yeah, most likely. Lots of merchandise. Fantastic Beast. Yeah. Cursed Child. Yeah. The theme park. Again. Love that place. If you guys ever visited Universal Studio, yo, the park is amazing. You know? So she makes bank regardless of a game. And again, don't buy the game if you don't want to, but nobody should have any flack about this. Nobody should be called names, any phobes possible, because they decide to play the game. You know? Cleo, there's most likely no ending to it. Most likely no ending to it. It's a Star Wars situation. There's no ending to it. So, like, I personally, I mean, the game is still expensive because it just came out. Would probably not play it on stream because, again, I would go feral if people started like giving me shit about this. Will I ever play it? I don't know. Again, I have so many games in my backlog and so many other games to play that probably not. But if you ask me, are you interested in playing it? Yeah, sure. Why not? Because again, the game looks good. The dev team killed it. And that itself should be praise enough, you know? I don't fucking care about J.K. Rowling's. I care about like, dude, you guys made a game that looks good, doesn't look too janky. I'm in. Like, how many games now comes out and we cry because it's so clunky? And we cry because we wish the team would have done a good work creating the game. You know? But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, same, Kirsten. Second-hand copy, a massive Steam sale, like 70% off. Most likely, I'll get it. But again, just the fact that I'm just saying that means apparently to some of the Twitter warriors, apparently just saying that, me, means that I'm a transphobe. So call me whatever you want then. I don't give two shits. I'm just saying the game looks good. You know? It was outside your wheelhouse, never look into it. Yeah, and I totally get it. Yeah. I mean, I buy my games mostly on Steam, like, obviously it's new, but it's on sale. So might as well, like, let's say a $80 game, if you tell me that you can get it for $10, I'ma get it. I would get it. Because I don't want you to spend $80, but spending 10 is better than 80. Update, there's, hold on. I had no idea there's something called a carbon monoxide trunk. How are you alive? How? And yeah, secondhand, she doesn't get money. To those who don't have access to secondhand, buy it on sales, like massive sales. At least you don't pay the full price. You get it at a menial amount. I'm just saying, like, exactly. In Cleo, technically being an accomplice but just doing that, for me, is fucked up. That people could think that. Because there is people who says, just because you played a game, you're a phobe, whatever. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're not. If you play the game because you actually want to try the game, like, you're not a phobe or anything. And just you wait. If something happens, and I'm thinking of me knocking on wood right now, but let's bring it to the Marvel universe. Should any of the actors come out and say some kind of stuff, I'm going to take you, Chris Pratt, as an example because I love Chris Pratt. But if he says some shit and you happen to play Guardians of the Galaxy, suddenly you're going to be X-phobic? Is that it? Is that how it works? Like, nobody knows, man. And at this point, I don't want to walk on eggshells everywhere. You bought a coffee from Starbucks, but at Starbucks, you have to buy it. Hold on. Hate Starbucks, so I have to, you buy it, and I'll buy it from you for 80% of what you paid. Yeah, in a way, it's like that, but at the same time, like, where does it stop? You know? Where does it stop? I know, Neeners, but, and also, hello, Dig. Sorry, we were in like full-blown conversation here. But yeah, like, to me, it's just that it becomes like a slippery slope that becomes like a crusade of holier than thou. And that's a part that disturbs me, because there's literally no end to this. There's no end. Because people take it to the extreme. Like, some people are going to be like, you know what? You don't want to support her? Don't buy the game. Don't watch any of the streams or like the content creators streaming it. And this is fine. Others are going to say it's not enough. You need to give flack to that content creator to bully them into taking off those videos, to make them stop creating that kind of content. Some would say, push it even further. Like, no, this is not enough. They need to learn. They need to refund. Like, where does it stop? You know? So for me, that's a part where I'm conflicted. I've seen some streamers that I completely respect play the game, jumped into their stream to check how the game was. That's why I said the game actually looks good. Was pleasantly surprised to see that people were staying civil in chat because they watch a content creator for the content creator. And you know what? They were actually curious about the game and how it played. And that, for me, that amount of respect needs to be done all across the board. So people shouldn't give shit to people not wanting to support the game. But at the same time, for those who want to play the game, you shouldn't give them shit either. Yeah, I know, Cleo. Exactly. It never stops. And I think, you know what? And I've heard people say that. Just if it was given to you free, what you should have done is say no and decline. I'm like, it's free. You know? Exactly. Do what you want in your lifetime. Exactly. Pirate. Hey, Neeners. Go for it. I was broke. I was a broke student back in the days. How do you think I played Mass Effect, the whole series, at first? I was broke. I ended up paying for it in the future when I had like money because I actually enjoyed the game. as janky as it was, like, there's so many ways to go around all of this without giving shit to others. And what I find fascinating is that some of that movement, like the anti-J.K. Rowling's movement, some of them preach love and acceptance, but you see the kind of comment that they drop, I'm like, are you really that kind and acceptant? Because what you say, if I flip few words, is the most intolerant shit I ever seen in my life. You know, hey, dig, more power to you. Not me going to criticize anyone for that. Not me. It's just, get the game for free, sell an auction, donate money to charity. I know, Belle. If you get the money, like, if you get the game for free, stream, raise money, raise fund to finance what she doesn't want to fund. You know? Telling a person who has no limited access to food that he should be considered about the... Bruh. Yes. Imagine telling someone who's broke, what? You don't eat organic, grass-fed, ethically, consciously raised whatever? I'm like, this actually costs 3 times that tiny bit of salad that is next to me that is not organic. What the fuck, dude? Like, why? Why does that even exist? I know, Cleo. That's very true. And that's why for me, like, that all that witch hunt, all that movement is what deters me from saying on social media, period. I freaking hate it. Because it's always holier than thou. And I'm like, you can preach as much love and acceptance as you want. You're just as bad as the other side. Because you don't try to open up a dialogue. You close off as soon as there's an argument that comes in and that you don't agree with. Instead of just sitting there and be like, I don't agree, but let's talk it out. Instead of doing that, they're the first on both sides, calling names left and right. From the right side saying freaking leftist to the left side saying any kind of phobes. We've become so intolerant when it comes to dialogue that at the end of the day, both parties are just as shitty, and I want none of it. You know, Amazon is really accessible for my blind friend. Amazon has its bad points, true, but I don't blame her for using. Look, listen, Niners, sometimes you have no choice. Sometimes you have no choice. It's part of like what people, like what bothers me the most about people. It's like people try to guilt trip you on going on vacation. So let's say you try to make consciously like eco-friendly choices. You take public transportation, you don't own a car, you try to grow your own crops, you try to not waste too much water, you try to not waste too much food, but you love traveling. And for traveling, you use a plane. And because you're like, oh, I try to be eco-friendly, and people are going to point out, but you take the plane. Bitch, I will sock you in the face for saying that. Because apparently the one choice that you make completely dismisses everything. And it's the kind of argument that I hate that is happening on the internet. And that's the main reason why I'm also feral. I don't like people in real life. I love my patients, I love my friends, but I hate strangers because that kind of BS, I will claw your eyes out if I could. The platforms do a good job at giving platform for everyone, but it's arguable whether or not everyone should have a platform. True. But you know, at the same time, I'm also glad that it exists and that some people have a voice, like some of the shittier ones. again, on both sides, because it allows me to stay away from those people. It allows me to be like, yep, you and I are never going to get along together. Internet is not real. Dig. Are we real? That's the real question. But that's why, I mean, I'm more neutral on that aspect, because for me, I also think about the dev team, the artists, everyone that worked on this game, and it could be the same for a movie. Like, let's say, there's some movies, by the way, it makes you cringe. Harvey Weinstein, he worked on a lot of movies, especially all the ones that are beloved. Am I going to stop loving those movies because Harvey Weinstein had its filthy paw on it? No, because I actually love those movies way before I learned about Harvey Weinstein and his shitty ways. Hate the man, but I love the movie, and I want to appreciate the work that people put in it. So, it's insane. For me, it's insanity. And more power to anyone who raised money for the fundraiser and for a good cause. But if they start doing a witch hunt, it's when I'll draw my line and be like, you know what? I'm going to appreciate you as a person, but I'm not going to agree with you with your ways, But yeah. All right, hold on. So, like I said before, there was supposed to be a short stream, because the dev, David, wanted to know if I would get, a claim for the food level. I ended up playing more because, let's face it, this is me. There's no way in hell I'm going to stream for just 30 minutes and then stop. What will happen? Cleo, question. Are you going to stream today? I thought you were. I thought you said that you were going to stream later today. Look at those hot topics. This stream was a whole kind of mess. I know, 2 hours, super short. Are you crazy? I mean, my average is 4 hours to more. Yes, soon. Excellent. So I know that Dan is going to stream his hard mode island. So most likely I'm going to prep and make sure that I am ready to mod. I'll be probably on your stream, Cleo, also. So yeah, this stream was a whole hot mess, from me bawling my eyes out at the beginning to this hot topic. This hot topic that creates controversies. And look, we are still friends. We can still have a discussion and an argument. You can still disagree with the way I'm seeing things, and it's fine. Still love you. But yeah, so where would we vibing here? Today was the Super Bowl. You're watching the Super Bowl? I think the Super Bowl parts that I want to watch are the actual game, but the midtime show, not interested. I was never interested in the halftime shows. I was more interested in watching the actual game, which is weird. Imagine watching the Super Bowl for the actual reason the Super Bowl happened. But yeah, so guys, thank you so much for being here. Again, short stream to test things out for the dev of this game, to see if the copyright claim was still triggered. By the way, Cleo, I have the email. His word is basically that the first time the claim was not from him. And I'm taking notes because this is definitely a question that I want to ask you in future podcast. I'm going to put it out in the universe 25th of February. Um, basically, apparently the content ID is being triggered by the food song, so the food stage, which he licensed from the record label, and that the label was actually terrible right now by ignoring his request to remove the content ID, which they say that they would do months ago, so before the game actually came out. So maybe you can demystify how it works. I know that last time you actually dropped part of it, is the content ID like what you mentioned, like a thumbprint that even though like something is played for like 2 seconds, it still has like that thumbprint, so it gets automatically triggered by various algorithm. February, not March. Bruh, don't do that to me. If it's March, give me, you know what? Give me all the free Saturdays that you have for the upcoming like weeks to month. Opposite, you just do halftime. Love the commercial. Need to work on finishing your commission. Kirsten, hope that the commissioner is going to be less complicated. And if they're still being fussy, just ask them like, okay, what do you want? Not a sports person, but Grams always watched it since she came to America. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, Niners. February, not March. Listen, Cleo. Because at this point, like I said earlier, during the early part of my stream, I said that if it gets pushed one more time, I'm going to take it as a sign of the universe that this podcast should never happen ever in our lives. Because, listen, the things that happened like last minute is unreal. Like what you did? Excellent, Kirsten. Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. But yeah, Super Bowl today. I don't even know if I should watch it. I thought that I have to do some groceries because I have nothing. You know it's true, Cleo. Can you imagine if we schedule like a podcast like for a Saturday that you are free 100%? You know you are free. The day comes, something happens. You know? Because it's so like insane. We managed to find a date. You and I were like, yeah, it's going to be like in your case, yeah, it's going to be a short meeting. Fast forward from the date, the time of the meeting, all the way until 7 p.m. It's like, yep, just finished the project. I'm like, what happened? And I'm 100% sure that you did not expect that, because what you expected was like, this is going to be a 1 hour to 2 hours meeting tops, and that by the beginning of the afternoon, I'll be free. And the universe said, denied. The universe said, really denied. No, you're not. You're going to be stuck until 7 p.m. And then I'm going to add homework. Just because. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so guys, thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you probably next stream. I was thinking of streaming Persona 3 more, but there's a lot of things going on, so we'll see. I'll have class too, be watching Super Bowl in class. Not a fan of football. Yo, there's actually a study about concussions in NFL players that is scary for them. So yes, the risk, freaking unreal. I could talk about this at some point. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for being here. Dan should start streaming like pretty soon. There's also like other streamers around that should start streaming. Don't hesitate to just hop around, go support whoever. If Cleo is going to stream, go support Cleo. Send him a lot of super chat. So this is me, my mod hat from Crossing Min and Dan. If you jump on Composer Cleo's channel, go get memberships, go gift memberships, go do a lot of super chats. I highly suggest you guys to look for TTS messages, so the talk to speech messages on Google for funny ones, and just send a lot of super chats. This is the message from Crossing Min and Dan to support Cleo. Go watch the movie Concussion? Yes, Belle. It's actually a super good movie. It is a super good movie. Just saying. So, bye guys. Love you. See you around. And don't hesitate to say hi whenever you want. Bye.